Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. So I've done a few live trades now. I mean like a week, a bit more than a week of straight live trades. And if you've seen me winning and losing, and when I lose, I generally don't record it and post it. I mean, I do record it, I just don't post it because my reactions are frankly kind of embarrassing. And I don't want you to see that. But just to hold myself accountable, just for today, you get to see how badly we lost today, and how it might have been worse and might have not even been bad as it seemed. Okay, let's open the MetaTrader here. So as you can see today, we traded the good old Euro USD again. First one was a market buy. $226 were made on that trade. 0.04% was also made on that trade. And I think that was I would call that a medium-sized. No, that was definitely below medium size. So let's look at the P&L here. That was 0.35 blocks, which is quite a bit below medium sized. Remember, one block is perfectly an average sized win for the trades. Some people measure it with R's, but I like to use blocks, which is kind of the same thing. And then let's look at the next trade, okay? So next trade, we got a minus 0.2%. It's a pretty sizable loss, but at the same time, why is it 8 lots here? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And that's because, well, today I said we were only risking 4 lots. And you know why it's 8 lots? Because we decided to take a very bad flip position. First it was a market buy, then we decided to market short at a very suboptimal level. I'll show you what I mean. So uh, essentially, this is what happened, okay? Like every single morning, we did our analysis right at 8:30 a.m. or so. All right, I bought, and as you can see clearly, the long makes sense, right? If I just if we just try to like project a line here, you can see it's clearly like it's an uptrend, right? A long definitely would have made sense. Now my mistake was longing it right at like 8:30 or so, then getting scared because it did this. I did not account for this bottom, and furthermore, this lined up at a nice support level on the hourly chart as well. I neglected both of those, and I decided to do something very stupid, which is to short it right at the bottom, short it right at the bottom. And now you might be wondering, well, did my data in my path predict this? And the answer to that would actually be yes. And I'll show you just how nicely it would have predicted it. Open up the path. Also open up the data here. Okay, so on the path, right? This is the data that was still here from this morning. Nothing has changed. Um, so as you can see, this lower term path, low move, tiniest move down, a much greater move up, I would say. This chart is taking a while to load. It's a lot of data. Okay, so this is the lower term, right? Already we can see that push up, and then on the higher term, medium term, again, this huge push up, and then maybe a push down. I definitely got misled by this very large push down, and that did not end up manifesting. It just pushed up and then kept going up. But the point is, even if it pushes up like that, we're supposed to just take the beginning move, and that's it. One trade a day is totally fine. Um, and then as for the data, here's what happened. Okay, so as you can see, this data is very green, right? We have bullish reversal on the medium term to high term. We have value plus, cont minus. I count that as close to neutral, but as you can see, it's very green, right? It's very green, which means it's bullish. And look at this prediction here. All right, 8:30, a little dip down, but we got this gigantic move up, and so I did not believe enough in that up move, I guess. And then for this slight down move, I believed too much in that. And the problem with my trade today was I predicted that the down move would come way earlier and that it would also come at the zero level. And that's why I sold at the bottom, which is a terrible idea. It's support and it's demand. and it's just not a place where anyone should sell. I bought at a price that was higher than it. I sold at a price that was lower than it. So you should never get in the situation where, let's say this is the level you buy, and then this is the level that you sell. Everyone tells you buy low, sell high, right? It's a cliche, but it's kind of true. We need to buy here and then sell higher, like that. Um, there's another thing I want to cover in this video. Okay, I'll just draw it here. It's a little clearer than doing it on the chart. All right, so this is basically the price action today. Okay, so 8:30, right here. So I buy right here, right? Market dips around a little bit, goes right in my favor, and this long was actually fantastic. It would have been a green day if I had just held it and took it at a reasonable price, but I did not. You know what happened? Uh, my first mistake was, ignoring ignoring my data and the path for that matter. See, the thing about my data and my path sheets is that they predict exactly what the take profit should be, or around like what range it is to maybe plus or minus 10 pips, which is fairly accurate in my opinion. But what I did, I was first of all I was biased by yesterday's win. Yesterday was a large win, right? Just for trading 4 lots. I feel like yesterday was above 200 pips, if you remember, above 200 pips. And so I carried that bias over to today, and I thought that this up move would be a good 200 pips again, which is wrong. And it's wrong because we all know that the average trade is around 100 pips. All right. I really shouldn't get my hopes up. I shouldn't start exercising on that hedonic treadmill. Hedonic treadmill, you've heard of that, right? It keeps creeping up and up. First, I'm expecting 100 pips a day, then I'm expecting 200, then I'm expecting 300, and there's no limit to it. And soon I'll be a greedy ass motherfucker that doesn't know how to trade. So the thing about the projection today, it only projected up 100 pips or so. If we had taken it there, it would have been considered a pretty good trade. And I definitely shouldn't have been so greedy as to think it would make 200 pips. That is actually out of the ordinary, and I have to remember that. So anyway, I was supposed to take it higher, and it did not. I mean, like my greed made me try to take it higher. It did not go there. It missed it. Did not go there. And what happened? Held it. Held it. This is what happened. Okay, this is really funny. It missed it. Then it tried to make a higher high, and it couldn't. And that right here is a very large bearish signal. It could not break above this previous high here. And when I saw this, I should have just taken it and ran. And this is the entry, mind you. It was still above the entry at this point, but greed told me that it was still going to go to that 200 plus 200 pip take profit, which is very unreasonable and very irrational. So let me tell you the rest of this tragedy. It dips down here, all right. And of course, I get very pissed when it goes into loss, right? When I get pissed, that's a very bad sign. That means something terrible is about to happen. So I get pissed. I'm still hoping for it to at least maybe go here, but by that time, it's already too late. It's already too late. It's not. It failed to break this one. Well, it's definitely going to fail to break this one as well. So what happens? It dips down. I get scared at this point. Right? I get scared. I think, I've seen this price action before. I've definitely seen this before. It is going to dump like crazy after this, right? Broken support. That's definitely what it's going to do. But you know what happened? It made a red candle here. And so I sold. I market sold right at the freaking bottom, right where it created demand, right where it was supposed to create support. So I sold, and it did not. It immediately like went into loss, right? It immediately created like another bullish candle. And so I got really scared. I said, I can't be wrong twice in a row. Right? The odds have to be in my favor. So I'm still betting on it fucking breaking this very strong support, mind you. And it didn't. It kept going up and up and up, and it never put me in profit. It put me in profit for like a split second, but it never really did. It kept going up and up, and there's nothing I could do about it. By that time, I'd already risked 8 lots to cancel out the 4 lot long that I had made initially. And so it might as well have been the case that I had sold at 4 lots here. And so that's already two mistakes, right? Two mistakes. I could have, in retrospect, I could have done this when when I had seen that it was going up without me. I could have risked another 12 lots to cancel out both of those trades for a nice long, and so I would be long with the 4 lots, and I would be in profits. That's another thing I want to take away from today is that averaging down is not always a bad idea. This is the opposite of averaging down here, right? This is doing a flip at the exact wrong price. Whereas if we had bought at that level right there, well, we could have made 2,000 today, and that's not what happened. So unfortunately, this is what happened. It kept going up without me, and the last fatal mistake that I did, I canceled the original position that was in conflict with the short here. So price did indeed go to this high, and you know what it did after that? It actually broke it and went to my original greedy take profit there. Albeit much later in the session, but um, it still went there, right? It was insanely bullish today, and there's nothing I could do about it. And I I closed it at this suboptimal level. That was plus 226, right? Plus $226. That was a conservative close. And so this short was still open though. The short was still freaking open. And I did not have the balls to close it. Should have closed the short right here when I should have realized right when it was a very bad trade and I should have held the long. I should have added to the long. And that's why I lost. I let my loser run all the way up while I cut my winner short today. And that's the classic tale of how to lose. If you want to win, then cut your loser short and let the winner run. Or don't get freaked out by all this nonsense before, right? Have to really believe in the plan. It was supposed to be bullish today. All the data said it was bullish, and I just got scared right at the bottom. So let that be a lesson for me, and let that be a lesson for you. And hopefully tomorrow's going to be a win. One more thing I want to show you about this percentage P&L is that now the lot size directly corresponds to the cumulative blocks here. So all in all, look at my P&L here. Look at my adjusted P&L. It just dips out a little bit. Okay, we're still technically at 9.84 blocks. And if you're wondering what this formula is, it gives me the exponential where it fits in the exponential graph. So that means tomorrow we're risking 4.63 lots, and I still think that buffer should be quite enough. And I'm not going to play too conservative this time. I know 4.63 is good because first of all, I got my confidence back, and second of all, we have this more precise formula, which in case it ends up being another loss, God forbid, we still have the cushion to fall back on, and worst comes to worst, we can always size down all the way down to 1 lots or so. That's all for this video. Hope you have a good one, and see you in the next video.